Alright guys, so I'm going to be continuing to read my Penny Lane story from when I was a kid, when I was in 7th grade. So here's the birth Penny. I drew it, I kind of drew it, so I'm going to start reading again. Oops, I need to charge this. Oopsie. 18, on the road. Penny! Yelled Sarah from the back seat. We were yelling in the car because we had all 4 windows down and we were listening to Magical Mystery Tour. When was Mom born? Sarah continued. Lately Sarah had been calling my mother Mom. She said it in a capital letter voice because she was trying to be important. I didn't know that Sarah was paying any attention to Your Mother Should Know, but right now I didn't care who else was paying attention. I was. 71, so this song is accurate to this mother, I said, pointing at my cell phone, which Mom was yelling into. I also wish my mom was younger. Like, that was another thing I had with my mom. I don't know, there were so many stupid things I wished for when I was 12. Friends aren't stupid, but wishing my mom was younger, that was stupid because she was awesome and it's not fair to... Okay, let's not get into that. Alright. I didn't know that Sarah was... Oh, and I just read that, sorry. I still don't get it, said Sarah promptly. You're not supposed to understand the Beatles. You're 6. Almost 7, Sarah corrected me. Well, when I Am the Walrus, which I shall always associate with Leanne, came on, I couldn't make any sense out of it. Thinking of Leanne made me think of Abbey Roads. I didn't want to think much about Abby. I missed her too much. Magical Mystery Tour finished with All You Need Is Love, which I downloaded on my iPod. My phone beeped 5 times, but now I couldn't reach it. I also wanted a phone, right? Or I had a phone, but I wanted like a smartphone. I don't know. I want kids' music, complained Sarah. Franny's turn, I said. Francesca wanted to sing Old MacDonald, so we had to do that for 5 whole minutes. Then I put Francesca's namesake album, My Paper Heart, in the CD player. I played Sarah Bareilles' To Blessed Unrest and Amy Grant's Heart in Motion. Then I played Colby Kelly, and I realized that I was tired of her. Oh well, tastes change. Dad wanted to listen to opera, which meant that my sisters started begging for iPods. They were too young to have them. In my family, you have to be 11 to have an iPod. That was because I was 11 when I got an iPod. If they still want it, Dad says. I put my iPod on and listened to All You Need Is Love. I let Franny borrow my teddy bear. For the next several days of travel, we had to put up with lots of hungry little sisters who wanted to eat nowhere but McDonald's. We had to spend several crowded nights in hotels until we finally made it to Green Rocks, where the rocks were the typical brown. Franny said, I need the bathroom. I said, no you don't. Yes I do. All you need is love. 19. Green Rocks, California. We are here, and Francesca really does need the bathroom. Dad overheard our conversation, and I won. Franny shouldn't talk about bathrooms in public, and I'm awesome. Dad keeps grinning at me, so he must be nervous. The rocks are brown in Green Rocks. We avoided the desert. We live near farms. Nothing extremely super exciting. I mean, it's pretty, but not fascinating. Dad says not to worry. There's a school, and there's kids here, and a library. It's not highly probable that I will meet another Abbey Roads. Then I noticed that the hill is covered with strawberries. How will I resist it here? Oh, hill, oh, beautiful, beautiful hill. 20. The house. Our house is in downtown Green Rocks. It is not on a city-county line. It is small, which means I will have to share a room with Amy or sleep in her walk-in closet. I have the choice. Our house is painted sky blue inside and out. It has 2 floors, but it is still small. The kitchen is bigger than the living room. There are 3 bedrooms upstairs and a couch in the dining room. Across the street is another house, painted lime green. We live on Rabbit Street, which is right off Shop Here Street, the main street in Green Rocks. It's called that to attract business. The town is pretty. You can see the big blue sky. It doesn't rain much, so farmers bring out giant hoses to water the strawberries. That was my bad. I read that wrong. I thought that I would be in 6th grade or in 10th grade, but they said 13 years old, 8th grade. So now, I go to middle school in Sunville. Sunville is the next big town, and it's 5 miles away. I can't wander around this place alone because it's too spread out. My dad says it's suburban, but I say rural. There is a field behind the house. Oh, and the rocks are brown and gray, not green. So this is the house, I guess. I don't know. 21. My new school. I still think I should be in 6th and 10th grades, but I guess 8th grade is a compromise. I figured out pretty quickly that there's no one named Jude, Judah, Judy, or Judith in my school, but I guess that's a good thing. Dad explained number 9, which I will explain later. We do live near Route 9, and that's fine. I do not have any new friends except for the Beatles. That was literally me at the time. I didn't have any friends except for the Beatles. I keep playing Magical Mystery Tour, which I have added to my iPod, and Dad got me a collection of the Beatles' #1 hits, and I got stuff from iTunes in the library across the street. I'm going to school and doing stuff, but I'm not happy. Then my luck changes. Penny, there are coins in the dryer. I hear them, calls Mom. My mom actually used to make me get coins out of the dryer. Finders keepers. I open the drawer and find several coins. Speaking of coins, Green Rocks does not have an arcade. I count the coins. And while I'm doing this, I see that there is a penny from 1967. I look closer. It has the same scuff marks as my birth penny. It is my birth penny. What's the luck, huh? 22. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds and Cody who rides a skateboard. We had all heard of Lucy Pepper, who lived in Green Rocks most of the time and was a millionaire. She flew around in a helicopter, self-driven, because she liked to do it. It was common for Lucy to be in a helicopter, so we ignored it. So that's why it was surprising when Lucy landed her helicopter in our front yard. I ran outside, yelling over my shoulder, "Millionaire in the yard! Have you met my son Cody?" asked Lucy without saying hello. Why are you? I think he goes to my school, I said, not knowing what else to say. Your mother told me that you liked the Beatles, and Cody does, and you should meet him. I had been tracked by a millionaire because I liked the Beatles. Sometime, I guess. Okay, I said. All right then, said Lucy. Then Mom came out. Oh, hi, Lucy. She said, what brings you here? Nothing. How's your husband? My husband is away. He's in the military. I didn't know, said Mom, just as Franny ran out. Where did you get all that money? Asks Franny, staring at Lucy. Enough, Franny. Said Mom, looking overwhelmed. Lucy looked much more like an actress from a 50s movie than anyone in real life. She pulled down her sunglasses and smiled an actress smile. I sighed. I wasn't used to being visited by millionaires, and Green Rocks didn't seem like that kind of place anyway. Then Franny spoke again. Do you have a kid named Jude? Francesca Lane, enough, I yelled my mother, pointing at Francesca. You may go to your room. That would be the dog, Lucy muttered. I will show you how to shape a diamond. Lucy pulled the diamond out of her pocket and threw it down on the street. Nothing happened. Then she stepped hard on the diamond, and a scratch could be seen on the surface. Your shoes are made of diamonds, I said, fascinated. Nothing is harder than a diamond, and the only thing that can crush a diamond is another diamond, of course. You need real pressure to really shape a diamond. There are some things we don't learn in school. Well, I'd better be going, said Lucy. Don't be surprised if Cody hangs around your house. Now that he knows you exist. Lucy gets in her helicopter and flies away. Hey, look, I used pencils to draw this. I had to say this is the best I can do, but you have to meet her to know. The next day, I saw Cody standing outside my house. He looked like an ordinary kid, except for the fact that he had lots of curly hair and dark glasses. He was trying to be cool. And at his side was a battered skateboard and a large black dog. Woof, said the dog. Hey, said Cody. Hey, I said. The dog began to bark rhythmically. Stop it, Jude, said Cody, glaring at the dog with impatience. Wait, so your dog's Jude and your mom's Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds and your dad's Sergeant Pepper, and you're just Cody? I couldn't help asking. Some people are weird that way, replies Cody. He handed me a brand new iPhone 6. Mom got it. I don't want it. You can keep it. No, I don't want it, I said. Yes, you do. Every girl wants an iPhone 6. I sighed and threw the phone back at him. You can tell how outdated this is. I'll see you tomorrow, he said. Then he ever so quickly mounted his skateboard and was off like a lightning bolt. See ya! I yelled after him. Cody rode off on his skateboard and Jude galloped behind him. This is Jude the dog. It's not a very good dog. 23. An unexpected visit. I'm standing on a beach, holding onto my birth penny with both hands. I cannot let go. Something terrible will happen. I will lose all my dreams if I let go. Cody walks up to me and tries to hold my hand, but he can't because I'm holding the penny. Abby Rhodes is walking across the water, arm in arm with Leanne, who I know is her new best friend. She smiles at me, as if nothing was wrong. Cody holds out Magical Mystery Tour, and I must take her to the whirlwind. I open my hands, and the penny falls into the sea. My eyes flutter open. Just a dream. It was only a dream. Then I hear a loud knock on the back door. I check my clock. It's 5 a.m. I am still dreaming. Nobody knocks on the door at 5 unless they are trying to break in or there's an emergency. Either situation is terrible, worse than my dreams. My dream was at least a dream. This is a reality. The rest of my family stays asleep because they're all sound sleepers. I am too when I'm not disturbed by my dreams. I hurry to the door without bothering with slippers. I walk to the door and whisper, "Who's there?" "Just me," says the terribly recognizable voice of Cody. I'm half worried but half relieved. I open the door. Cody says, "I wanted to make sure that you would never start a nuclear war." This is the strangest remark I've ever heard. Apparently I'm not the only one having weird dreams tonight. No, never. I'm normal. I don't. I mumble. I am still dreaming. I have to be. This is insane. Okay, I'll leave now, says Cody. Don't leave, I say without thinking. I need to talk to someone about my dream, and everybody else will be asleep for a long time because it's Saturday. I go upstairs to get my bathrobe and slippers now that I know there's no emergency. I can relax a little. Come to my room, I whisper, even though I'm embarrassed that a boy I barely know saw me in my pajamas. I am glad he came. My dream is still bothering me, and Cody was the subject of my dream. Shouldn't we make coffee or something? Asks Cody. Hot chocolate, I say, because I don't want to get in trouble and I can't drink coffee yet. We tiptoe into the kitchen and I make some Swiss Miss. We go up to my room, being careful not to be loud or spill hot chocolate. We told each other about our dreams and assured each other that everything was fine. Then I pulled out my CD player and plugged it into the wall. Cody looked questioningly at me, but he didn't say anything. I got Magical Mystery Tour off the CD rack and put it in. I had to keep the volume lower. All would be revealed, so I lay down by the speaker. I really wasn't rowdy at night. You can go now, I say to Cody, but I had Magical Mystery Tour and hot chocolate, so he lay down on the other speaker. When the CD finished, it was 6:30, and I could hear my parents in the kitchen. How do I get out? Asked Cody. I mean, without your parents knowing or anything. I had to think, the bathroom window, maybe? Sure, he says. Cody was good at not saying no to me. I ran downstairs. Good morning, Penny. You're up early for a Saturday, said Dad. Yeah, I said, stalling. I need to water the roses because it hasn't rained in weeks. It's still dark out. Can you wait? It was October, so it was still dark out. No, I'm fine, I yelled, rushing out the door. Penny! Yelled Dad after me. It's just the yard, said Mom. Outside, I grabbed the ladder out of the shed and leaned it against the house, just high enough for an outcoming person to step on. But what if someone needed the bathroom? I had to be fast. I climbed the ladder and banged on the window, just as the first rays of sun peeked over the strawberry-covered hills. Cody opened the window. I hoped that a neighbor wouldn't see me letting a boy out of my window. I climbed in and told Cody to climb out. Then I climbed out, folded the ladder, and went back inside to the smell of coffee. Penny, that took you a long time. Why is the hot chocolate missing? Said Mom. And who's that? Cody was standing across the street, staring at nothing, but when he saw me pointing, he bolted. Oh, just some early riser. Early riser indeed. I was about to fall asleep at the breakfast table if I didn't do something, so I ran upstairs and grabbed Magical Mystery Tour. My family had to endure it. Well, this time I didn't have to lie down by the speaker. 24. Someone I can call a friend. Natalie K. was the big gossip at school, and somehow the fact that I had to let Cody Pepper out of my bathroom window had leaked out, and I'm humiliated. Now Natalie has to tell everybody, including her so-called best friend Emily Russell, who doesn't like Natalie anymore for good reason. So Emily comes to me and says that Natalie shouldn't have gossiped, and can I be your friend? So I'm Emily Russell's friend. So I officially have a friend. Cody thinks I'm his friend, and I want to think so too. 25. Halloween in Green Rocks. It is Halloween, and I take my little sisters to trick-or-treating. This year, they have to be frozen princesses. Sarah is Elsa, and Franny is Anna, and Abby was going to be Olaf, but she didn't like the costume, so she isn't here. I am Penny Lane, not even the walrus, or not the walrus. I'm too old to dress up, and even if I wanted to, I would not be the walrus. Trick-or-treating goes fine, but when I wake up the next morning, there are lots and lots and lots of Beatles, Beetles. This was somebody's idea of a Halloween prank. They're all crawling over the yard, but Mom says it's okay because they'll die in the cold. Halloween in Green Rocks may not be as good as we think. So I just drew a pumpkin. I'm not going to show all the pictures. 26. Thanksgiving. For Thanksgiving, we eat turkey because on Thanksgiving everybody eats turkey, but we don't like turkey. We eat it anyway. That's me. This is our first Thanksgiving in Green Rocks, but there is a grocery store in Sunville, but that is 5 miles away. We go anyway because Mom says that we can't have Thanksgiving without food. Usually we get food at the farmer's market. In the winter, we will have to use the grocery store because the farmer's market isn't open. Our local farmers gave out strawberries as Thanksgiving gifts. Eating strawberries is untraditional in our family, but we eat them anyway. Back in Springside, Calandra, we used to go to local museums the day before Thanksgiving, but this year we don't because there aren't any museums in Green Rocks. We hike in the hills instead and hope that we don't meet any carnivorous wild animals. Strawberries are berries, so we eat them instead of cranberry sauce. Thanksgiving is kind of fun, but I don't feel as thankful as usual because I'm not at home. 27. Christmas, the next holiday here. Christmas came and went, and when Dad got me the Beatles, aka White Album, I didn't object. A year ago, I would have screamed or lay down in a strawberry field. I did stupid things in my youth. My sisters were ecstatic about getting Frozen on Blu-ray. Amy got Amy Grant's new dance remixes, and between the two of us, we could have made a good dance party, but we were in pajamas, and people don't dance in pajamas, except maybe for you, stranger out there. Merry Christmas to you, too. Oh, and by the way, war is not over if you want it. 28. The number 9. Take any two numbers under 9, for example, 2 and 3. Put them together, and you get 23. Reverse them, and you have 32. Subtract 23 from 32, and you get 9. 9 is a multiple of 9, so it is divisible by 9. I learned this from a novel called The Secret Language. It is a book about two girls at a boarding school. When you round a number that ends in 9, it will round up to the next digit with a 0. 19 rounds to 20, not 110. See, it's a 2, not a 1, in the tens column. 9 is the first odd-numbered square root. 9 is the only odd composite number under 10. 3 times 3 is 9, but 7, 5, and 3 are primes, and 1 is the loneliest number that you'll ever see. 9 is the only single digit, except 6, which has a written reciprocal. 9 flips over and turns around, and poof, it's a 6. 9 has a cool multiplication pattern. 9 times 1 equals 09, 9 times 2 equals 18, 9 times 3 equals 27, 9 times 4 equals 36, 9 times 5 equals 45, 9 times 6 equals 54, 9 times 7 equals 63, 9 times 8 equals 72, 9 times 9 equals 81, 9 times 10 equals 90. The tens column counts up and the ones column counts down, and the Beatles were at Revolution 9, which is why I'm writing this. 29. The campaign. I complained to Cody that Green Rocks doesn't have a video arcade. This was a casual comment. I didn't mean anything by it, so I was very surprised when Cody got some artistic classmates to make signs which said bring arcade to Green Rocks. Green Rocks doesn't even have a grocery store or junior high school, so how could they have an arcade? But some things just seem to happen. This idea, for some reason, began exploding all over Green Rocks. People began signing Cody's petitions, probably because he was a millionaire's daughter. I meant to say millionaire's son, and I actually wrote it. I meant to say son. Probably because he was a millionaire's son. The city council was even informed about it. Everybody wants the arcade, but it didn't look like it was happening until late February. 30. Results. As I have been informed by Lucy in the Sky herself, when one is a millionaire and that person's son is going around creating petitions and signing them and making signs, and the thing that he is campaigning about is a town affair, and when the millionaire is the most recognized person in town, she is obliged to think about what her son is saying. And the fact that there are lots of kids in town who love to play video games may have something to do with it, Lucy said. So that's how it happened. That on February 24th, Lucy in the Sky, with diamonds, who was currently on the ground with diamonds, walked into a real estate office and put down a flat payment for a storefront on Shop Here Street without bothering with mortgage. She said that anyone was welcome to operate the arcade, but after all the commotion, no one wanted to do such a thing. Some mothers said that there was no point if the kids could have video games at home. Some mothers said that video games rotted children's brains, and many other people just couldn't find the time to operate an arcade. Lucy was unsure of what to do. You could sell diamonds, suggested Cody. No, I bought this for an arcade. Then why can't you run an arcade if you can't run a diamond shop? Asked Cody. You have plenty of time, I pointed out. I have no clue where to begin to buy video games, let alone operate them. During the next week, when I was not at school, I spent a lot of time on the phone with Mrs. Rhodes. That's where I went when anything reached beyond my own experience, which was quite often. Mrs. Rhodes said that it was great that we were running an arcade, and Lucy was even paying me because I was such a big help. I need somebody, not just anybody, and I was a good worker. So that's how I got my first after-school job as an arcade assistant.